All right, thanks everybody. Good morning. It's good to be back on the road here, and I want to thank One for having us out again. I'm Chris Donaldson. I'm the executive chair of TinOne Resources. We're a relatively new company that listed at the beginning of the year. We trade on the Toronto Stock Exchange under the symbol TORC. There we go. I will be making forward-looking statements, so please read this if you're going to make an investment. So TinOne Resources has a basket of properties in Australia. I'm going to be talking today about two of our projects that we're currently working on. They're tin assets in Tasmania. I'll talk a little bit about the tin market and why it's the most interesting metal out there right now. And then I'll talk a little bit about the team that's backing the project. So we listed at the beginning of the year. We raised about $5 million. And we did that at about 25 cents. We're trading around 23, 24 cents today, giving us a market cap of about 15 million. We're just out here. This is our first foray into marketing, and we should start having some news from results here in the next month. So really just getting going, but happy to be in the space and to be active in the market here again. So just to confuse you a little bit, we do have a gold project that we was our qualifying transaction. So we had to do a little bit of drilling on that. We did that at the beginning of the year. We were required by the exchange. It's an early stage gold exploration play in Tasmania as well. I won't focus on that today. So the tin market itself, so I mentioned before, it's the most interesting metal, experienced all-time highs a couple of months ago. Of course, in the last month, everybody's had a little bit of a blip, but we hit over 50,000 a ton. It is a metal that is as cyclical as any. When the market runs a bit, it's part of the battery metal space. It's often considered the forgotten battery metal. The reason for that is simply the supply and demand balance or imbalance that's happening right now. Demand is driven by its use in solder. Over half of the use is for solder, so anything electrified tends to have a component of tin in it. It's really the glue that holds batteries together, semiconductors and so forth. So that's been on an increasing demand trajectory and is expected to continue as we move into more electrified world there. What's compounding that is what's happening on the supply side. The supply is constrained. 75% of it is coming from DRC, Indonesia, Malaysia, and China. All of those areas have some challenges. Probably the biggest is that China itself is kind of hoarding the material and not putting it out to the broader public. There are not many tin projects in tier 1 jurisdictions, so we're happy to be in Australia. That'll be exacerbated by all the ESG movement and the focus on where the supply of materials come from. Certainly you hear that from Elon Musk and Tesla as they want to start sourcing from good jurisdictions. The result of the supply demand imbalance has caused a squeeze in the price. And if you look at the kind of the recent history, it's kind of been 15 to 20,000 per ton for the price of tin. The last 2 years, it's almost been a perfect price appreciation to over 50,000. It's settled back right now to around in the mid 30s. It's still well over double the historic average there. As a result, you've seen almost every tin equity have a pretty good run on their share price over the last couple of years. Something to note is that the tin space is very small. We recently joined the International Tin Association. I think we were their 10th member there. So not a lot of tin companies out there, and that's part of the reason why you see such appreciation when the market gets tight. So I'm going to focus on two of our assets. They're both in Tasmania. One's called Great Pyramid. The other one is called Aberfoyle. Both of them had work done on them and kind of was halted in the mid 80s when the price of tin slipped before 5,000 a ton. So Great Pyramid, we've just secured our third drill rig there. I believe it started actually yesterday drilling. We've got 2 diamond rigs and an RC rig. It's a property that had or has a historic resource on it of 10,000 tons of contained tin, all within from surface to about 40 meters. So our plan, our goal for this campaign is to reconfirm that historic resource and also drill a little bit deeper. We'll be drilling down to about 150 meters, hoping to kind of fill in that void underneath and obviously increase the amount of tin on that. So our first bit of results should come out in the next few weeks. So, you know, happy to see what we have there. What we're also excited about, we did some IP on the property and found some large chargeability zones at depth. And we'll get to that as soon as this current 90-day program is done. It could be a game changer if in fact it is tin a bit lower. Our second project, which we'll get to after we move the drills off of Great Pyramid, is Aberfoyle Tin project, which is about 45 minutes from Great Pyramid. It's a historic tin producing district that has produced over 2 million tons historically at about 0.9% tin. It hasn't seen any real modern exploration at all. The old timers would just follow the high grade veins and kind of plan a year out as they went. So our plan is to thoroughly map that, do some soils and identify some good targets for us for the next 6 to 12 months. There we go. So I finally was able to get down to Australia. We've been locked out there for almost 2 years as a Canadian. And I was very impressed. First of all, both our projects are in the northeast of Tasmania in an area that historically was used for logging. We were able to drive right to the top of the deposit. There are a number of roads, former logging roads that we're able to use and access. So we're able to get out to all of our planned drill collars without getting any permits. So we're backed by a company called Inventa Capital. Got a good team here in Vancouver and also in Australia. Inventa Capital is chaired by Craig Perry. Many of you may know him. He's taken a lot of companies, you know, at our stage and got them up to $1 billion market caps and so forth. So we certainly have the support and the team and infrastructure to advance these projects. The opportunity, both projects that we have have good grade, certainly by almost every metric. Right now, we are undervalued against our peers who are just getting going. But with news flow and a bit of marketing, I think we're going to be in good shape. So takeaways today, we're in a good jurisdiction. Certainly the tin market is as exciting as any out there. There are very few tin companies. The ones that there are have had quite a bit of appreciation. We're starting to see investment into this space. We, you know, even talking yesterday to a number of funds, not many people have tin exposure and are looking for it. So we think the timing is right to bring these projects forward. So thank you very much.